Hold on, guys. Sorry, I'm getting a call. We can just keep recording, but I'm gonna
Okay.
take this real
That's
quick.
really
So,
rude, but okay.
Yeah.
That's-
Well, okay. I mean, whatever. Okay. Hey, hello. Hello. Yes. This is Caleb. Yeah, I have the stuff for you. Thank you for calling me NBA star Larry Bird, former NBA star Larry Bird, star of Space Jam. Yeah, I've got the stuff for you. Uh-huh. You want the Junk House edit, but with my voice completely taken out, so you can just enjoy the sonorous tones of Cordell and Samantha? Yeah, I got that for you. And you wanted a compilation CD called "Music to Get Your Balls Stepped Onto." Larry Bird, that is quite an ask. I don't know if I got that in. Okay, all right, yeah, okay. All right, love you too, Larry. Love you too, Larry. Bye. Okay. Sorry, that was just had to take that real quick.
I knew Larry Bird was a sick freak.
Welcome to Junk House.
It's a psychobilly.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Welcome back to the house.
Oh my god!
Oh man!
I didn't know what I was expecting for y'all to say after I did that, but then you said that, and I.
Caleb, what was your intention for that bit? What was it
I
supposed
just thought it would
to
be funny to make it sound like Larry Bird requests edits of Junk House without my voice, and that he wanted a musical CD with named "Music to Get Your Balls Stepped On."
So it was just silly and funny.
It was just supposed to be weird and kind of funny as a way to start off this episode, and you know what? It succeeded in that. So
I meant what I said.
yeah. I don't know. Larry Bird seems like a pretty cool guy though. So Larry Bird, come on. I have bad news.
It's Christmas. It's December, everybody.
It's Christmas. It's Christmas.
I know I'm a Halloween whore, but I'm also a Christmas
slut.
Well, I'm trying to think of an alliteration.
Christmas.
Can we?
What's it called? It's Christmas concubine.
There we go. A Christmas concubine.
We've done it.
My
folks.
Christmassy is out.
I gotta say, I got a hot take. That might be kind of a cold take.
Okay.
I think we should take the food from Thanksgiving and like have that be it. And so Thanksgiving is just a little eating. Doesn't have to do any family drama, any people getting sick because they're around their family who's also sick and didn't tell anybody. And then we just go into Christmas immediately.
Yes.
I'm kind of a Thanksgiving hater. I love the food, but
I am also a Thanksgiving hater. I don't even really like the food.
First of all, Cordell, how dare you?
Turkey's a bad bird, and I'm sick of pretending it's a good bird.
But sweet potato casserole.
I don't like sweet potatoes.
Okay,
keep it coming.
We knew this about Cordell.
Keep it coming.
Green bean
No,
casserole.
we're gonna hash this out right now.
Green bean casserole.
What?
Green bean casserole.
I got nothing to say bad about green bean casserole.
Dressing.
Casserole?
Oh,
Hate dressing.
I love
By
some
dressing, do you also
casserole.
mean stuffing?
Yes.
yeah, dressing / stuffing. It's the same thing.
Hate it. It's a bad food. Yep.
Wrong.
Corn casserole.
Like
My family does one where that's just like yellow corn, and it's kind of like cornbread, but it's a little mushier. It's kind of like
I don't like.
We call that corn pudding.
Basically corn pudding, but we call it like corn casserole because we're weird.
I like cornbread.
Well, that's a
Well,
little weird.
how do you feel about mashed potatoes and gravy?
Like mashed potatoes, don't like gravy.
So, here is my
Mm.
pitch. I want to pitch something, run it by y'all right now. This is called Thanksgiving, but Cordell's version. Cordell, what's a Cordell Thanksgiving? Because green bean casserole's included because you said you like that.
So I would do a nice juicy ham without any sweetening in it. I don't like a sweet
Ooh.
ham.
Fair.
Okay, I like it. Yeah, that's fair.
Purely savory
I like
ham.
a sweet ham, but I think it's fair.
Say I like a sweet ham.
Purely savory ham is what I'm after here.
Okay.
And then we do green bean casserole.
Okay.
Mac and cheese, not baked. Do not
Ooh.
bake that mac and cheese.
Wow.
Baked mac is bad mac.
Wrong, but okay.
Then, so we got mac and cheese. We got green bean casserole. Lots of the mashed potatoes. Gravy is fine. I'm not going to stop other people from consuming the gravy, but I
Fair.
don't like it. It is bad, and people should feel bad for consuming it.
You cranberry man at all?
Nope.
I feel
So
like
it's-
I knew that.
So really
about
what
you.
it is Thanksgiving just coincidentally happens to be an array of foods I do not enjoy most of the time, and only in like specific ways. But Thanksgiving is also the time that all those foods are prepared by people who do not typically make them the ways I like them. So I'm just left being hungry. I don't like football, so I don't have anything to watch.
Same.
I don't care about Black Friday. I don't care about the parade. It is just a non-day for me. Like, I'm around people I care about, but like I don't even like I'm just not doing anything all day.
Do y'all's families have like Christmas food too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Kinda.
My
we
family-
have a lot more Thanksgiving than we do Christmas food.
My
My
family is
mom
like
makes chicken
Thanksgiving
cordon
food.
bleu every year
Ooh.
for Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Holy
Oh,
criminy.
She's cooking all day for that thing. She cooks longer for Christmas than
It's
Thanksgiving.
like my in-laws make a standing rib roast for Christmas every year.
What is
and-
it standing on?
Well, that just means like it's big enough that it can stand on its own. Like that's how like big it is.
Wow.
Yeah, it's real good. It's real good. So I'm excited for that this year. But like my family, we like ham is the ham is the Christmas meat. Ham is the Christmas meat. Now, sometimes there is a ham at Thanksgiving too, so people can kind of pick and choose what they want, and
Double
those
up.
are the good Christmases.
Now, I will say in credit of a turkey, that bad bird,
Yeah.
Emily bought a turkey from Trader Joe's because we were busy and we were doing a Friendsgiving.
Yeah,
She bought a half turkey that was fully seasoned and just ready to pop in the oven.
yeah.
And it was the juiciest, best turkey I've had like ever.
So
Hell
see,
yeah.
this
So
is my
if turkey is not dry and ugly, I like it.
this is.
But it's almost always dry and ugly.
I'm a cooking guy. That is I cook a lot. The best way to make a turkey starts 3 days before Thanksgiving if you're making it on your own, and you need a 5-gallon bucket to be able to do it because you gotta brine the turkey. And like some people are just like, oh, a turkey's fine the way it is, and just put salt and pepper and butter on the outside and you'll be fine. If somebody tells you that you can just put salt, pepper, and butter on a turkey and then throw that thing in the oven and it'll be okay, they're not your friend.
No.
They don't care about you.
Turkey's a bad bird and it needs a lot of work to be a good bird.
I agree with you on that. And that's why like a good turkey is almost second to none. But like a ham is more consistently good than a turkey.
Hmm.
Can I say something about
Say
a
it.
third type of meat that is
Say
common
it.
enough around this season?
Chicken?
Yeah.
Roast beef.
How is a roast?
Okay.
No, hold on. Pause. Roast beef, explicitly not a bird-like meat, as you have said.
No, another like meat around this season, not bird
Yeah,
like.
you didn't
Okay.
say bird.
Oh,
I
I,
didn't
thought
say
you said
bird.
bird-like meat, and I was like, hold on. Let's explore this for a second.
Hey, cows
Listen,
can fly.
a beef at some point was off the ground. Bird.
Hey, buffaloes have wings, so cows should be able to fly
Okay.
too.
All right. You know what? All right.
I don't like roast beef. It was what I was gonna say.
me neither. I guess the
As
only
a-
roast
as-
beef I've had is like Arby's though. So
Olivia makes
no other roast beef is much better. than that.
Olivia makes incredible roast beef, and I think it would change y'all's mind a little bit.
I'm always willing
I'm
to
down.
try a new thing, and I'm always willing to have my mind changed. Do you know what I would petition to be a holiday meat?
what?
Hit me.
Corned beef.
Yes, I love corned beef. Cordell,
I love
I am
corned
so
beef.
here with you. I may like St. Patrick's Day. They're always like, "Hey, we have this packaged corned beef that's on sale that you just bake in your oven." And I'm always like, "Olivia, we're having corned beef this week. 3 different
Yes.
times, sandwiches with sauerkraut and some potatoes,
Oh,
and then
yes.
like that's it." I am so down for corned beef.
It's just now hitting me that like I am approaching the era of my life where I get to determine what the Christmas and Thanksgiving
Yeah.
foods are.
Yeah.
So I think for
That's
me and
crazy.
my house, we will serve the corned beef.
Whoa! Wait!
I'm yeah.
will
Wait!
corn
That
the
pun
beef.
was perfect.
Thank you.
I will
Thank you.
serve.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I
That's
stumbled
so
into that
perfect.
one.
Oh my god! Sorry, we just had to take a
But,
moment to
yeah,
appreciate
Oh my God, that's
all
so
of the
good.
levels of that.
I'm on a roll today. But no, I love corned beef, and if my holiday can be spent making 4 Reubens and eating them consecutively
Oh.
while I watch any holiday special, actually specifically like a Twilight Zone marathon, I'll be happy.
Fair, yeah. The last few Thanksgivings that I had, I had a few Thanksgivings where it was like I wasn't able to go visit family, so I just did it with Fielding,
Yeah.
and both times we did Italian Thanksgiving. So we did sandwiches, like
Ooh.
the whole Italian spread,
So
and
good.
we watched. I think we watched The Godfather and Goodfellas. In the
I
same
remember
Awesome.
you telling me about that. Yes.
It was
Cordell-
incredible.
How does this podcast feel about corned beef hash? Like from the can?
So I don't think I've ever had a hash
In general,
in general. Like I've had a hash brown,
So,
but I don't think I've had a hash.
Cordell, let me put you on to this because you can go get a can of this stuff from Walmart for real cheap. And I highly recommend it because it's got the good corned beef flavor. It has some peppers and some onions in there. And here's what you're going to do.
Ooh.
You're going to get a pan pretty hot with a little bit of oil and then scoop out like half of the can into the pan and let it sit until it gets crispy on that one side. Don't crisp up the other side though. Because then you're just going to put that straight onto the plate and kind of mix it up with a fork so you get crispy bits and the not crispy bits all together. Ooh. Oh, it's so good.
Is it the Hormel brand?
Yeah,
corned
the
beef hash?
Hormel or I think it might be like Mary Kitchen or that might be like under Hormel now, but
Okay. Yeah, the Mary Kitchen is under Hormel now.
okay.
So a hash is just like diced up with some like peppers.
It's just
and
mix
onions?
it. It's just a mix up.
Just
A
a
hash
mixin'.
brown because like hash brown is like diced up potatoes with other stuff. So that's just a hash is
Yep.
like, hey, I'm gonna heat this up in a pan and that's it.
Now
Who's been panicking?
having had like corned beef roasted, right? Like
Yeah.
a really good just full corned beef that you're just sawing pieces off of. How
Yeah.
does the hash compare flavor wise?
Flavor wise, similar.
Okay.
Texture wise, different. That's
What's the
where we're
texture
at.
like? Because that'll
The
kill
texture
me.
a little mushy because it's mixed
Chopped
in with
up.
like potatoes and stuff, and it's just kind of like a mushy meat goo. I don't know how else to put it. Like that does not
favorite.
sound
Yeah, I'm
good.
loving this.
That's
This
my
sounds
favorite
really
podcast.
appealing.
It doesn't sound
Our
good.
next podcast, Mushy Meat Goo,
Also,
coming out
Mushy Meat Goo is our
2025.
title for the episode. Like,
Yeah,
I don't
okay,
think we
yeah,
can.
yeah.
We found it right there.
We've done it.
You're welcome.
Did it one.
Um,
We can be over with this now.
Corned beef, so good though.
Corned beef is so good, and the problem is Emily doesn't do red meat. So if I'm ever going to be a corned beef for holiday boy, I'm gonna have to do it, and I'm gonna have to eat it all, which isn't really a problem for anyone.
Yeah.
Now that I'm thinking about it, not a problem. I get all the corned beef, and also you can buy a small brisket of it. Like you don't have to do
Yeah.
a full beef.
You don't got to do a full bird either. Like, you could have a turkey and
we did a half
corned beef.
turkey and it was delightful.
I'll
Exactly.
also say corning is the process of seasoning the beef that way.
Right.
So you may be able to do it with like turkey breast.
Anything?
You think I could
or-
corn a turkey?
Or like a pork
Ooh.
loin. And then
Oh
do
my
like
God.
a corned. Typically it's beef, but
Yeah.
it's just like a salt cured thing.
Yeah,
I
with
can't.
peppercorns.
Yeah, like salt and peppercorns and some other spices. So you could potentially do it yourself and then try it with another thing.
Right. If I could learn to corn a turkey, that's my Thanksgiving right there. Like if it'll have the same flavor profile as corned beef, but with turkey as the underlying, like I'll eat that. I'll eat that all day.
I found a recipe for corned turkey.
Yeah, I trust your eye for recipes more than I do.
Yeah, I'm gonna have. I'll keep looking on this because now I'm curious about
Because
how-
now like we're gonna do like Christmas with my parents. But if
Yeah.
I can bring the ingredients to either do corned beef or corn a turkey, which I would do corned beef for Christmas, corn turkey for Thanksgiving, I think.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
And if
Corn
Emily
chicken for
likes the
birthday.
corn turkey, then I do that. I do like a half turkey, half beef kind of corning for Christmas.
Ooh, turducken.
A corn duckin.
You know what I'm gonna do for Christmas though?
What are you gonna do? for
What?
Christmas?
Yeah.
Read reviews that are really bad, so guess the movie.
I knew it.
You knew it? I'm not.
I knew
I
it. I
can't
knew
surprise y'all anymore. Damn. Okay, this is a half-star review from Squishy Wizard. I got two
Thank
different
you,
reviews.
Squishy Wizard.
Squishy Wizard.
This is the first movie, and I'm gonna, instead of getting multiple reviews, this one is long enough that I'm going to read sections and have you guess. Does that
Oh.
seem fair? Does that seem all
That
right?
seems fair to me.
Okay. Probably the most morally reprehensible Christmas movie ever made. I kind of sort of hated every second of this.
Oh,
Did-
that's
That's
You
the
go,
first part.
yeah.
That's the first part.
oh, okay.
Can I ding ding ding?
Of course.
Because this is one of my favorite Christmas movies that I'm about to guess. So I'm curious if it's that. Is this National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation?
Great guess. It is not.
I figured morally reprehensible. A Lampoon's movie. You're gonna get pretty
I know.
dang close.
I know.
Is this
I know.
Home Alone?
It is not. It is not.
Dang it.
That's also a
I
very
think
good guess.
I think like there's no good part morally of the Home Alone franchise.
Yeah.
The family's bad, the kid is malicious, the thieves are evil. That old man's about as good as it gets. And
Yeah.
even he's got skeletons in his closet.
I will say y'all are thinking good about like older films, older Christmas movies.
Yeah.
A Year
Um,
Without Santa Claus.
Man, I don't remember the last time I've seen that movie. God damn.
Would
It's been a
y'all
minute.
care to do some like Discord Christmas movies? this month?
Yeah, that would be great.
Yes.
Okay,
We'll get the rest of the group in.
Here's the next two sentences. They're both kind of long. Okay. It's a film so cynical and mean-spirited that I'll never understand why it's considered a classic. Rewatching this in film class with the political knowledge I've acquired over the past few years really put into perspective how shamelessly pro-consumerism and conservative this is.
Okay, real quick. This movie, that's actually going to be an accurate portrayal or it's going to be the most asinine read possible. It's either completely correct or completely wrong.
And I will not tell you which one.
I think I know it.
Okay.
Because pro-consumerism, I'm thinking this
Mhm.
is going to be basically a commercial. What Christmas movie is inexplicably tied to one store? And that store is Macy's. Miracle on 34th Street.
Yo, Caleb
not.
got it. Dang it.
It's
Oh.
not.
Dang.
I tricked
Okay.
him. I did like a face like I was so amazed that
Oh
he
my
got it.
God.
It's
So
not that.
I'm gonna. I have I have a guess predicated on them being entirely wrong about the pro-consumer message, and I'm going to say the live-action Grinch with Jim Carrey.
Oh, no. Even though that is a great movie.
Love that movie.
I love
This-
that movie.
Last two sentences. Products triumph over people, and material worth is valued more than humanity. In the age of AI and unchecked corporate greed, this movie aged as well as month-old eggnog.
Is it Jingle All the Way?
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
Okay.
Classic is a Christmas classic.
I have two guesses. And I'm torn. Because it's either like, because it's promoting the rich person, is this Muppets Christmas Carol specifically?
I wish, but it's not.
And my other thought is like a Christmas Story,
It is a Christmas story.
where it's like the Red Ryder BB gun, and
Yep,
it's like
yep.
all about how, like, truly the moral of that story is life can be as shitty as you want, but if you get that one present that you really want, everything's okay.
Yeah.
Can I
very
say something
consumerism.
controversial?
Say it. Say it out loud.
I kind of agree with that.
I actually kind of agree with it too.
I do too.
don't-
Like, this was my family movie growing up, but I agree with
Like-
this
like,
review.
call me. No, I agree with the moral of the movie, kind of.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
and I agree with the
oh.
review, but like I agree with the moral of the movie. Like life, remember back to the times in life where life was garbage, life was
Mhm.
going poor, everything was bad. You got the thing you were hoping to get, and for a time, life is good.
Yeah.
There
That's
is a
fair, yeah.
bubble of joy that surrounds you when you get the thing you wanted, especially as a kid. That like I think we chase that joy as adults by like I think that's part of why we're just always buying things, because when you're a kid and you get the one thing, life actually is better. And so I
Yeah.
agree with the message for a child.
Yes.
But the problem is, as an adult, we all just chase that high, but we will never feel the same dopamine hit as being 6 years old and getting exactly what we wanted.
Yeah.
There's a video of me on Christmas when I got the GameCube.
Oh,
And with the GameCube, I got Twilight Princess
oh.
and a Twilight Princess like cover for the GameCube.
Hell yeah.
In the video, when I open it, first of all, I go, "Whoa!" Like I make some crazy noise because ADHD and excited. And then I go, Legend of Zelda, Legend of Zelda. And I don't know if I'll ever get back to those days.
Yeah.
I have another movie though.
Oh, yes.
I have another movie. Here's a 5-star review from Bren Daniel.
Thank you, Brent Daniel.
Damn this dog. Damn this dog.
Ding, ding, ding. Grinch. How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
No.
Saying damn Max.
Extra little hint before Cordell throws God guess. This is my favorite Christmas movie. I feel like we've talked about this before, but it's probably been since last Christmas. So
Oh, was that when I gave you my heart?
the very next day, I gave it away.
Yeah, I'm
so sorry
still mad
that.
about that. I don't know where it went.
I can probably get it back from you.
I mean, could you? Because I like.
I actually have it. It kind of went through a circle and got around
need
to me.
that.
Oh, okay.
I have it.
Yeah.
I was going to corn it.
Honestly, keep on. You corn that heart.
Okay.
Also, the recipe you sent me for corned pork is a 10-day curing process, which is awesome. But also, pork is red meat.
Oh, all right. I'll look for.
So
more
I
corn
like
turkey
legit
next
need to find a turkey recipe.
You got it.
Because or a chicken recipe. I'd prefer chicken on it. But my God guess is going to be um Um, Jingle All the Way. There's not a dog in that movie. What is it? Or is there another review?
I got a few.
Okay.
Man, the animation in this is disturbing, and it's just boring, says Snake Strode.
Oh, ding, ding, ding. Merry Christmas, Charlie Brown. Ah, dang.
Now this would not be Nightmare Before Christmas.
It's not. No.
Okay.
No.
Is it a Peanuts special?
It is not. Half-star review from ETB.
Thank you, ETB.
Villainizes postal workers. Disgusting capitalist propaganda.
No, this is actually Jingle All the Way. I don't know why you lied to me.
Villainizes postal worker. That's Jingle All the Way if I've ever
Sinbad does domestic terrorism. How is
quite literally bombs a radio station.
Yes. Sinbad is ludicrous in that movie.
I think you're forgetting that it is animated and the animation is disgusting.
There's an animated portion of Jingle All the Way, I'm sure.
This whole movie is animated.
Oh, okay. Well,
I mean,
animated portion.
Is it the original How the Grinch Stole Christmas and you're being a turd about it?
No, I wouldn't be that big of a turd about it.
That's the one I was thinking of, honestly, was the original. And it's animated. That's the thing, is that I'm trying to think of animated Christmas movies that make me think this would be Sammy's favorite Christmas movie. And it's hard to think of that.
It's a musical. I first saw it on Cartoon Network. It was not a already Cartoon Network show that they turned into a movie or turned into a Christmas special. It was kind of it was based off of a book, but main character's a dog. The villain is a postal worker. The dog hears Santa say something to her over the radio and goes, I gotta go help Santa.
Is this Olive the Other Reindeer?
Olive the Other Reindeer. It is my favorite Christmas movie.
I did not know that was your favorite. Okay, that's a fun one. I like that one.
I've never seen this in my life.
It's really goofy. So what happens is Olive is a little dog, and she's listening to the radio around Christmas. And Santa, who is real in this universe and is doing an interview, says he needs help from Olive the Other Reindeer. And she goes, oh, he's talking about me. I gotta go to the North Pole and help Santa. And she goes on a little adventure. She gets on a bus. That's
an adventure when you're a little dog.
Yeah. And the villain is a postal worker who kind of feels like Robbie Rotten.
Okay.
Did you know?
Yeah, it's a good one. All of the other indie. It's kind of like in the, I don't know. It came out. It's I think it's 1999. Drew Barrymore voices Olive, if I'm remembering right. It's a good one. It is based off a book though. And in the book, Olive is a Jack Russell Terrier, and I like that about Olive the Other Reindeer.
Is there a third bad review?
I can pull one if you want me to.
Well, I just didn't know if you had one. I felt like you did, but if you don't, that's okay.
I didn't, but I can pull one.
Have we talked as a group about what qualifies a Christmas film? I feel like we have to have.
I don't think we've had that debate / discussion on this show.
I personally have strong opinions on this, surprising no one.
I have mild opinions on this.
Sammy, what kind of opinions do you have on this?
I would say I would also kind of have mild.
Okay.
I'm pretty open to my
Give me your
movies.
mild opinions and I will give you my strong opinion.
I think it is not enough for a movie to take place at Christmas time for it to be qualified as a Christmas movie.
Okay.
That's pretty much my only like real opinion. Other than that, it's kind of vibes. It's like,
Yeah.
what's the message this movie is
Yeah.
giving? Is this a
Yeah.
is this
Yeah.
a joy spreader instead of a joy killer? You know,
Right.
that kind of thing.
Okay.
Like Die
Bam
Hard.
Bamtha?
Die Hard's a Christmas movie.
No.
Is that okay? Is that the whole of your opinion?
I guess.
I like
I haven't seen Die Hard.
Oh, you would love Die Hard.
Yeah.
Die Hard is a fun movie.
Would.
Also,
I
Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
No.
And here's my metric for a Christmas movie.
Okay.
I don't think vibes are enough
Fair.
because you know what is relevant and important to like any kind of discussion of a thing, like holiday movie, right? Most of them you want to be on vibe. But sometimes you want a movie counter to the vibe to make you really consider things, right?
Exactly.
The antithesis,
No.
Yeah.
such as Krampus. My requirement for a Christmas movie is that the plot must revolve around the holiday itself. The plot must be about Christmas. If you can remove Christmas from the plot and the plot occurs unchanged, not a Christmas movie. But if
Do you mean like Die Hard?
No, Die Hard, it is a Christmas party they are attending.
Hold on. As a person who has worked in an office for several years, you can say office party and it makes equal amounts of sense.
Well, no,
Those
but
happen.
But here's the thing, why would he be visiting his wife at her office party if it's not Christmas? If it's a random office party,
are you
he wouldn't
saying
be showing up.
why would you want to visit your wife is essentially what you are saying.
No, they have a rough marriage. Their marriage is on the rocks. They're not in a good place.
Mhm.
And so he's only going and making the flight to see her when he's scared of flying because it's Christmas.
No.
The flying thing is also really important because John McClane is Santa.
Yes, that's
If you
true.
take Christmas out, he's what? He's just a guy? Like, why do you think he can survive all of this stuff? He's
Anyway.
Santa Claus.
But no,
That's my Christmas. That's my Christmas opinion. He is
But
Santa Claus.
also the themes of Die Hard. The themes of Die Hard, right? When you remove just the terrorists in Nakatomi Plaza, right? He is trying to save his family and save people and do good in spite of the people who wish to ruin them.
So
'Cause he was
what
on the
you're
naughty
saying is that if they said Christmas in the movie Taken once,
No.
it
No.
would become a
No.
Christmas.
No.
That's a man
No.
trying to save his family.
No.
Is that not what you're saying?
Caleb, no, that's not actually. So, let me put it to you this way. People will try and watch Harry Potter for Christmas, like Christmas time Harry Potter, because there are scenes that take place at Christmas time. That's not enough.
That's not
Because
a Christmas movie. Yeah.
You remove the Christmas scenes and the plot's unaltered.
It's true.
There are scenes that take place at Christmas. That's not enough. Die Hard only occurs because it's Christmas. Gremlins only occurs because it's Christmas. That's
I
what
agree
makes
with
it
you
a
on
Christmas movie.
Gremlins. I agree with you on Gremlins.
And also Gremlins thematically is about Christmas too. But like
Yes.
Die Hard, I do think is a Christmas movie. It's more tenuous than Gremlins. I will give you that, but like the plot doesn't exist without Christmas.
Is Gremlins 2 a Christmas movie?
No.
Unrelated to Christmas time. But with Die Hard as well, like the terrorists are showing up because the Christmas time. They're showing up because Christmas party, and they can do the kidnap, do the thing.
My argument is that with Die Hard, there is a very easy rewrite that does not change the plot almost at all.
Yeah.
That makes it not related to Christmas, and it still holds up and is good and is Die Hard.
Is It's a Wonderful Life a Christmas movie? Because by that metric, a very easy rewrite puts this at any other time of year.
I think it's a little bit harder of a rewrite for It's a Wonderful Life, though. Like I think
He
It's a
does say
Wonderful
Merry
Life.
Christmas a lot.
They do, and it's a lot. Like there's a lot of stuff around like the bells ringing, which that's a very Christmas heavy theme. And I kind of agree with you. Like it's a Wonderful Life does kind of flirt with not being a Christmas movie
Okay.
more than a lot of the other Christmas movies I'm thinking of that are like definite Christmas
Right.
movies.
I'm just trying
But
to get a feel for it.
It's a Wonderful Life is more of a Christmas movie than Die Hard because also, in my opinion, part of what makes a good Christmas movie is can you watch this with the whole family?
So you're
And-
describing a like a Christmas family movie then.
I'm describing
the
a
other
Christmas movie because think about what's happening around Christmas. The kids are home from school,
Mm-hmm.
so they're going to be around. You might have family visiting that have
Okay.
many different sensibilities. You have those two alone, you're guaranteed, or not guaranteed, but there is a greater likelihood that it's not just two adults sitting alone wanting to watch a movie and then boom, Die Hard. Because like I know my mom likes Die Hard. She wouldn't want to watch Die Hard with the whole family though. That's weird. They say fuck a lot, and she doesn't like it when people say fuck around her kids. So she's probably not fine with, Merry Christmas, motherfucker. Like that's probably not her favorite thing. Even though all 5 of her kids say fuck all the time.
So then
But-
would you agree with there's true Christmas movies where it's like you watch with the family, it's the vibes.
Yes.
And then there's kind of a Christmas light subgenre.
I
where
would agree with that.
You're gonna watch a Christmas light movie after the kids have gone to bed and you're staying up waiting to put out presents. You watch a Christmas light movie to pass the time.
I would agree with that, and I would say that Die Hard could belong in the Christmas light category a lot more easily than Christmas movie.
Maybe we were being too dichotomous here. So would you put Krampus in Christmas light because of the fact that it's not a family film?
I would say yeah.
Yeah,
It's
fair.
on the more Christmas end of Christmas light.
So would Gremlins be Christmas light?
No, because kids can watch Gremlins.
That'd
Like
be terrifying when you're a little kid, but true. True.
Yeah, like kids can watch it, and like they might have bad dreams or something, but like
Right.
they're probably gonna be okay.
Get over it.
Yeah. Okay.
Shut up,
I can
kid.
accept this.
Shut up,
Christmas.
You've adjusted my opinions here.
Christmas is on the spectrum. That's what we're learning here today.
Christmas
Christmas
is
is a
a spectrum.
From
like-
red lights to green lights to wreaths on the door. Come on down to the Junk House Christmas spectrum.
Yeah, like on the spectrum, like I've pulled up, this is a list of, this is the most popular Christmas movies according to Google searches. And some of them are The Christmas Chronicles, starring Kurt Russell on Netflix. Very good. It's a Christmas family movie. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. On the Christmas light end of the family Christmas movie spectrum.
Okay,
You would
okay.
watch National Lampoon with your family?
I would be more inclined not to, which is why it's on the more towards the Christmas light end. But I think making it a comedy makes it a little bit more family appropriate, because even though there are some uncomfortable moments, people laugh at those,
Yeah. What do you think Rotten Tomatoes said is the number one Christmas movie of all time?
Year Without Santa Claus.
Ooh. Is number one?
It's number one.
It's
on
gonna be
Rotten
either
Tomatoes.
one of those classics or an A24 movie. So
It's a real old one, I'll tell you that.
okay, there was one year where me, my brother, and my mom
White
watched
Christmas.
all the like old Christmas classics. White Christmas, very good.
I love White
think
Christmas.
even though I think this is more of a Christmas light movie because only a little bit of it takes place at Christmas, I'm Shoot the Moon, Meet Me in St. Louis.
Meet Me in St. Louis is Rotten Tomatoes' number one Christmas movie. Got it in one, Caleb. Holy shit.
I love
So
that
it is
movie,
a
and that's where
Christmas- it's
like
a
the
Christmas
"Have
light.
Yourself a Merry Little Christmas." That's from there.
I've never seen it.
It's
Let
very
your
good.
be
It is
light.
wildly depressing.
Fair.
It is
Fair.
incredibly sad. But very good movie. Only a little bit of it takes place at Christmas, but it's so plot important that it's Christmas movie.
Yeah, I saw Edward Scissorhands on a Christmas movie list, and I thought that was ridiculous.
Yeah, it's on Rotten Tomatoes Christmas list, which is pretty insane. Also, Tokyo Godfathers.
Rotten Tomatoes. All right, I'm
Yeah,
looking at Rotten Tomatoes Christmas list now.
I'm sending it. Just
Some of these are not Christmas movies.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Tangerine.
See, this is when people define Christmas by just having the holiday in the movie at all.
Yeah, like I don't think Little Women is Christmas movie.
More importantly than all of this, have y'all seen Will Vinton's claymation Christmas?
Yes, and it's one of the greatest things to ever. Oh, I love Will Vinton's Christmas.
It is so good. Cordell, you have not?
Oh, okay. This is
Here we go.
This is-
waffling.
yeah. This is when they're
so
waffling.
green.
It's wassailing. It's wassailing.
Oh,
What's a wassail?
Wassail.
Yep.
And
yep.
the California raisins. And
Yeah,
those
'cause that
jazzy
was-
camels. Those jazzy camels that sing We Three Kings. Ooh.
Hmm.
That's the real Christmas classic.
Yes, the Jazz Camels. It's so good. Will Vinton's Claymation Christmas is a 10 out of 10. Another underrated Christmas special that the real Muppet heads are going to know about is Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas, which is very good.
The people love an otter.
I love it. It's a very good. It's like is it pre-Muppets or have Muppets been out at this point? I'm trying to remember.
It's very
Hmm.
close.
Yeah.
It's like
Let's see.
it's like right around the same time. If you have not seen it, it's very worth it. It's very good.
There's
I
this
have
otter
not
named
seen
Emmett.
it.
And
Yes.
let me tell you.
And he's a jug
Tell
band?
you. He got a jug band.
He got a jug
He got a
band.
Jug Band, and they're
He got a
playing
Jug
some
Band.
playing some Christmas classics.
That's what jug bands sound like.
That's what a jug sounds like.
I
I like
think.
jugs.
Speaking of Christmas movies, Cordell, you mentioned how people use Harry Potter as a Christmas movie,
Right.
even though it's not.
Correct.
I saw a movie very recently that I think is going to enter that ilk of movies that people watch at Christmas, even though they have nothing to do with Christmas.
Really? You think that's going to happen?
I really believe it, honestly, and that is Wicked Part 1. I
So
really,
if you dare
I
to
think
find me, look to the western
Look,
sky.
the sky.
You start looking at that sky.
I'm here
Yeah.
defying gravity.
And we do need to hold space for the lyrics of
Oh
Defying
my
Gravity.
god! Can we talk about that real quick?
Yes. of
Yes.
course
I
we
feel like
have to.
everybody in that clip is on drugs because I don't feel like the woman. So she was like, "I've seen a lot of people on Twitter
Mhm.
holding space for the lyrics of Defying
Defying
Gravity." What does that mean?
So, can I tell you my theory of what occurred here?
Yes.
I think this interviewer, knowing nothing about her, I think this interviewer did not feel comfortable interviewing stars like this and was very anxious and thought, oh, this is a fun topic. I will just bring up that, like, hey, people seem to really like Defying Gravity. And they're and then my theory is that she didn't expect Cynthia Erivo to be Cynthia Erivo about it and be like, "Oh, really? I didn't know that." And I think what happened was she thought she could make the comment and move on, and she couldn't.
Yeah.
And
She was like,
and
I've seen it. I've seen it.
yeah, because she didn't really have evidence to back it up, and so that's my theory, is that it was completely unintentional.
So I actually have read an interview with the person who did that interview.
Okay.
And what happened was, it was not long after a certain orange man was elected to be our president. And she was very emotional about that still. And that was going to be a segue into talking about how do they feel that this movie will bring hope to people who feel like they have lost hope due to that orange man. And then Cynthia Erivo reacted, and Ariana Grande reacted so suddenly and so emotionally that she didn't know what to do and lost her train of thought of how to move on to the next thing.
So it's not her fault at all.
It's not her fault. It's truly Cynthia and Ariana being a little bit weird. And I think that's not their fault, because apparently also the filming for Wicked was kind of hell. And
damn.
very bad, just work wise. And then they went straight from filming to press junkets. And I feel like they are at the end of I feel like they're at wit's end of stuff they can do for Wicked.
I also think, and I'm thrilled about this and annoyed by this, you couldn't have gotten two more theater kid energy people to lead the Wicked movies. They have very, very strong theater kid energy, and that means that they are unpredictable when it comes to interacting with the press.
Yeah,
especially when emotions come in.
Yes. They strong emotions very suddenly, no warning.
Yes.
And they're probably both great in the movie. But
they are. I was surprised at how normal Cynthia Erivo can be.
Yeah. Especially after seeing the whole freak out about the poster as well.
Oh,
the fan edit of the poster to make it look like the original poster. But that's good to know that she's a normal human.
Right. My biggest thought on that whole fan edit situation is and because Cynthia Erivo came out and said this afterwards, she was like, that I was frustrated. I was bothered by it. That should have been a thing I talked to my friend about personally and did not put on the internet. Yeah, she was like, right. We've all done that. We've all had those moments where it's I should have talked to people and not the internet about this one. And she owned it. Yeah. And I think that's fair.
That's good. That's good. I didn't hear about that. And that's very good, because it was just literally all that I was seeing about it was hey, it was just a fan edit to try and look like the original poster, because they wanted it to look like the original poster because they were doing a fan edit. So it was
and everything she was saying about it, removing her personhood and blah, blah, blah. And the people defending it were the people defending her rant about it were saying that well, they didn't change Ariana. It's she happened to be posed more like the original poster.
Yeah.
It was a very and this is the pitfall, I think, of our modern era, is that we have less room to just be people about things. Yeah. We are always being recorded. We are always being noticed. The social media kind of started out more as oh, I see my friends on the internet and it's my blog. And now it's oh, the thing that I say can at any moment be exploded for millions of people to interact with. Humans aren't meant for that. We're not good with that. And I think we watch just average people get caught up accidentally, like this reporter or Cynthia Erivo's comments. That's kind of a benign comment to make to your friend when you're annoyed, but she tweets it instead, and it's this whole hullabaloo. Yeah, it's she's a little obnoxious, but I think it's a product of the world we live in too.
Yeah. Agreed. And especially you said, if filming actually was complete hell, it's her being defensive of hey, I went through hell for months and you changed the poster. Like, I can understand it in that case too, I guess, a little bit of like,
Yeah.
I mean, she was already going a little crazy because of the hell that she just went
Plus,
through.
like, we don't know what her history is like. Like, we don't know
Exactly.
what
Mhm.
kind of people have interacted with her in what ways. Like, she
Yeah.
could have a history of people, like, perpetually doing microaggressions actually to her.
Yeah.
And so she's really keyed up about it. And then this thing she's worked super hard on, someone does something that to her feels like it's like dehumanizing her. And, you know, she's tired and worn out and has a history. Like, we don't know.
Yeah.
And
I
I'm
have no idea.
like, I'll joke about it, but I'm not willing to like attack her personhood or like say
Yeah.
she's a bad human for having a very person moment.
Yeah.
She seems chill. She seems chill through the interviews I've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But-
her and
I'll
Ariana
say-
reacting like that in the interview only
So
makes sense
funny.
if they think they wrote Wicked.
I saw, Caleb, was it you that sent me the TikTok of somebody putting Ariana holding, what's her name? Say her name again.
Cynthia
Cynthia.
Erivo.
Cynthia.
Erivo?
Thank you. Holding her finger in that interview, and it says like holding
Yes.
space.
Yeah.
It's like on a
Yeah.
shirt. It's a huge picture of that.
Yeah, it
It's
definitely
something.
seems like there was some trauma bonding on that set.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. But
She was in Bad Times at the El Royale. That's why she was familiar. I love that movie.
huh, I didn't know that.
Sorry. I was like, why is she so familiar?
You're fine.
Bad Times. That's a great movie.
But I have not seen Wicked before this, and I have avoided everything that is a spoiler about Act 2. Because for those listeners who don't know, Wicked, the movie, is only the first act of Wicked, and then the second act is going to be released Thanksgiving season next year. So I wanted to pitch. Here's my predictions for what will happen in Act 2.
Bet. And we're not both Cordell and I have seen Wicked before the movie.
Y'all
so-
can like discuss it, but don't tell me if I'm right or wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I feel like through your One Piece predictions, I have acquired a better skill of that, of like not like being like
Not
kind
reacting.
of agreeing with it. Yeah. Like being like,
Agree-
oh, that's
yeah.
cool. Like reacting, but not to the point where it.
I'm going to
Yeah.
say
Tips.
interesting to whatever you say.
I'm gonna say
So-
skibbity.
first major prediction that I think is a pretty safe prediction.
Okay.
The wizard is Elphaba's actual father. Because in the soundtrack at the beginning of the movie, that sounds too much like Jeff Goldblum singing to Elphaba's mom. And I was like, that's Jeff pretty much from the beginning. So that is my safe prediction. Any prediction after this is completely not safe, and I think is me thinking that would be cool as hell if they did that.
Interesting.
Skibbity.
Skibbity bop bop. Yes.
I do like that prediction.
Here is my wild predictions that would require
two?
there to be some kind of time skip within the musical, and I don't know if Broadway is bold enough to do that.
Interesting.
But I know, here's what I actually know, is that in Act 2, it's a little bit of Wizard of Oz is happening. Like the actual movie / book is happening.
Correct.
True.
So here's where the wild predictions come in. Because we saw in the movie the Cowardly Lion in Act 1, and he's like a little baby cub.
Little
And
baby.
that's cool and cute, and I love that. But where's the Scarecrow? Where is the Tin Man?
Where are they?
There is a character
Who
that
are
I
they?
think his actions in Act 1 were pretty heartless, if you're asking me, and that is SpongeBob's character. I think his name is Bach. I'm not 100% sure about that.
Okay.
And heartless, Tin Man, I think maybe he gets cursed to be Tin Man,
Interesting.
and that is a curse that he lives with.
You're
Okay.
correct. His name is Bach. The character is Ethan Slater, who is SpongeBob, is playing Buck.
Didn't he cheat on his wife with Ariana Grande?
He cheated on his wife with Ariana Grande on the set of Wicked, but like they were the only two straight people in that movie. Let's be so real.
Listen, when you're trying to cheat on your wife while filming a movie and there's only gays around, you gotta go.
You go for Ariana Grande.
You gotta go for Ariana Grande.
And as to where is the Scarecrow, there is one man who keeps singing songs and referencing how much he doesn't like thinking. And that means he doesn't want to have a brain. I think Fiyero is somehow cursed to be the Scarecrow. And so that gets us like our main three. And then I already have like picked up through context clues that Elphaba's sister, whose name is Nessa Rose, is gonna be the Wicked Witch of the East, who gets killed at the beginning of Wizard of Oz by the house falling on her. Because in the ballroom scene where they go to Oz Dust, I think is what they call it.
It is Oz Dust.
She's wearing the silver slippers. That in the book, it's the silver slippers that Dorothy pulls off the dead witch's feet. So that, that's already like pretty much.
You're going to tell me I'm wrong? Fact. She came down in a bubble, dude. The Wicked Witch of the East, bro.
Grow up, dude.
Grow up. Sorry, I had to.
No, that was magnificent. Fun fact. Wizard of Oz, the reason it's ruby slippers is simply because of Technicolor. They wanted to show off. They wanted to show off what they could do more, and that was that. Like, Caleb, these are interesting predictions. Do you have any more?
I think it would be cool. I don't know if this is like. I don't think this is even like really feasible. But I think it would be very cool if somehow they revealed that the water didn't actually kill Elphaba and that the Wicked Witch of the West is like still around post Oz. I don't think they would do that because that kind of like fucks with canon a lot. But I think that'd be pretty neat. I also think it's interesting. This is just a music writer's note and a person who took a lot of music composition classes. Mm-hmm. There is a musical stylistic writing when you're writing lyrics for people that if you want them to sound like almost like they are trying to convince themselves as much as the audience, you have them sing higher to be showing off. And I think that is evident in Glinda as a character, that when you see her start belting and singing very high, it's normally when she's lying a lot more and trying to convince people, and so convincing herself, which is why in like the first track, No One Mourns the Wicked, she only really starts belting in that song when she's saying how no one loves the wicked, no one mourns the wicked, who in this case we know is her friend, Elphaba, and how like she's like doing this belting about like all of this stuff that it's like the wicked die alone, no one mourns them. And I think it's a really interesting thing. I don't know if that was intentional on the part of the lyricist and writer, but that's a really cool thing if that was the style they went with.
That's awesome. Like, I love hearing what people's perspectives, just having a little more information can bring. Like Emily, when we watch anything, talks about costuming. She will point out costuming all the time. She'll be like, their colors they're matching. Like you'll meet two people who hate each other in the beginning, and she's like, they have the same accents in their costumes. They're gonna get together.
That is so
cool. like Emily will do that same thing, but with costumes and coloring and the scenery and whatnot.
Yeah.
And she'll be like, yeah, the costume change is different now, different color scheme for the person. It's crazy. And to hear you do that with music, like I've we all know about like little like motifs and whatnot that'll play in songs, but like I'd never considered, because when you think about it, like in Popular, her voice she is in her like chest voice the entire time. She is not in head voice at all. And she's being fully open and honest. But then anytime she's being deceptive or trying to convince other people of things, she's very high pitched.
Yeah, and then also thinking about like defying gravity at the end, that is like almost the base level of the range when she's saying like, I hope you're happy.
Yeah.
And like she's being as earnest as possible with her words in those moments. Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
That's friggin' awesome that you saw that. Will you deafen and we'll turn our cameras off to discuss your predictions briefly?
Yes.
I just don't want to give Caleb any indicators of anything.
Deafening right now.
Also, quick bum fiddle for anybody that hasn't.
But
seen
we're gonna
it yet.
bum fiddle.
This is the bum fiddle section. How fucking Caleb. He does this with One Piece all the time where he's fucking right. He is so right every fucking time. And it's just like, Caleb, I love you. And it makes me mad because I want to be like, you're so smart. You're so smart. But I have to wait for like years until we can like freak out about how good he is at predicting shit.
He no-scoped that. Like, he got everything correct.
Even the fucking that she doesn't die from water. I did not expect that.
Right. He got every single part of it correct. Everything they laid out to revisit in the second movie in Act 2, he got. Like, the wizard is her father. Like, Bach is the Tin Man. Fiyero is the Scarecrow. Like, Nessa is the Wicked Witch of the East. Like, he just...
God. Yeah, I mean, Bach's last name is fucking Woodsman.
Like, right. Well, and so here's what I will say. In like to pull back my astonishment a little bit, Wicked is incredibly predictable.
Yes, which is fair.
Like knowing it's the Wizard of Oz, everyone is on the lookout for the characters early. It is pretty obvious. Now, what's nice is Caleb didn't predict how or why anything happens, which will give him pleasant surprises, but he is completely correct.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay, we gotta get back in our straight face zone.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Caleb, come on back. Come on back. Okay, so don't listen to that part whenever.
Yeah, Caleb, we bum fiddled hard.
Yeah.
I'm excited for when part 2 comes out so I can see if I'm right or wrong. I feel like I'm wrong on some of it, so
that would be an interesting feeling to have.
Skibbity.
Yeah. I have been wrong about One Piece stuff before, so
yeah.
Emily will do a similar thing when we're watching stuff, and I'm not much of a predictor. I don't like to guess what's going to happen in a thing. I like to just kind of watch it. Sometimes it'll happen naturally, but like especially when you're watching a prequel or something. But like, I don't like to guess. I like to just experience the story. But Emily will guess all the time, and she will like no scope it from the beginning. She'll be like, "Oh, this is what's going to happen in the story," and I'm like, "You've never seen this. Stop doing that."
Sorry,
I'm good. She's right,
I'm
and
good
I'm
at my
mad
job.
about it.
I think Emily and I have similar skills in that front.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I think you will be surprised as what you do get wrong or right. Like I've heard hints of possibilities here and there that I will not disclose in any given direction. I think it'll be interesting to hear you see what occurs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it'll be very fun. You know what I don't have to make predictions about though, because I know it's going to be good every single time.
Pokemon?
It's our opening and closing theme song. Theme song Psychobilly Freak Out off the Reverend Horton Heat off the album Smoking. I'm going to try that again. It's our opening and closing theme song, Psychobilly Freak Out by the Reverend Horton Heat off the album Smoke 'Em If You Got 'Em.
Great. We did it in 2, and I'm keeping all of it.
Did it in 1.
Did it in one, and yeah. If you like this episode, you can rate and review us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. We also have a YouTube. We also have a TikTok. We also have an X. And those are Junk House Pods, if you want to check that out.
Speaking of things that I don't have to predict, I'm so gonna be right. But you can email us at junkhousemailbox@gmail.com. I do have a question for the Caleb here. Does corned beef, like, does corning always include fennel? Or is that just like a quirk of the recipe you sent me?
Typically fennel is included in pickling spices, but you can leave it out if you don't like it.
I realized this year that fennel is a thing I don't like. Like, because fennel has that weird, like, almost minty feeling to it.
It's a anise like flavor.
Anise?
Yes. I just I've realized in stuffing, there's always like an aftertaste that sits with me that I don't like, and it's fennel.
Yeah.
So I might leave fennel out of the corning recipe. But I was just curious about it.
Yeah.
Well, as we say every week,
I'm like a bird, I'm gonna fly away.
defying gravity.
I'm holding space